Hi everyone, and welcome to another e-learning video class. This is Tony Brancatello trying to scare you on the scariest time of the year. So welcome, and here we are in professional sales. We're looking at determining customer needs. All right. So just to let you know, the music comes from my son, Matthew, who is a DJ and is into technical music and has all kinds of stuff like this that makes you want to dance or scare you on a day like today. Okay, enough of that. Great. So let's get into determining customer needs. We all know this guy. We had him before. We understand what he has done. He had come up with a pyramid, and in his pyramid, if we look back, it's certainly dated. It's an old way of looking a way to determining customer needs or determining your needs for that matter. And we have to look at it, and we have to look at it and say, well, maybe it does not support empirical research, or in more plain English, it doesn't support the realistic facts of today, certainly when you look at the top part with self-actualization. So it's just something to look at and change or maybe add to it. So let's see what we could do to add to it. So this is how it looked like, all the way from basic all the way to up to self-actualization. And you might say in today's world, the pyramid should look like this. A little bit more music, or maybe not. So possibly this is just a joke, certainly, but a lot of people, and especially millennials, would think that this is really necessary to have battery life on your smartphone continuously. Maybe one day. So let's continue. Maslow's pyramid needs to be updated. It does reflect new tiers from fields or does not reflect those tiers, I should say, of neuroscience or psychological when it comes to development or evolution. So it needs to be updated. So his pyramid is, if you look at it according to Maslow, hunger will exceed other goals. So once fed, safety comes into play. Once you are safe, then you need affection. And once you have affection, well, then you can take a look at your creative side and go from there. But in today's world, a lot of people will not agree with this. And someone from Arizona State, his name is Don Kenrick, came up with something like this. Well, the four bottom ones here are the same, but if you look at the top three needs, he has removed self-actualization, and he's added mate acquisition, mate retention, and parenting. So this certainly adds a lot of flavors to this, and I'd like to know your opinion if you feel that parenting should be at the top of the list. Certainly today, the guests that we had in our class or the guests that we had in the last couple of classes might make you believe that that's true. So this is a revised pyramid. The bottom, like I mentioned, the four levels at the bottom stay the same. Self-actualization is no more there. And we've added mate acquisition, where you meet someone to get married with or to be with. Mate retention, you actually keep and stay for long term with someone, and eventually you have a family, and parenting would be at the top of the list. So here it is again. But in a lot of people's perspectives, there is one need that's always missing. So if I show you this picture, what need do you think this is that would be missing in the pyramid? Well, this picture is a picture of, you guessed right, happiness. I was going to fool you and say something ghoulish and scary, but I decided not to. So my laugh will scare you a little bit. So happiness is the top at the list. No matter what other different needs that we have, we really want to be happy at all levels. We want to buy a product that makes us happy. If we are not happy, certainly our needs have not been determined. So when you look at the happiness pyramid, what are the ingredients for happiness? right? So if we compare that to Maslow's, when we say, when one is hungry, one can be happy eating with friends. So really, if you're hungry and you're eating, right, you could also be happy when you're doing that alone or with friends. So you can easily say that you need all of Maslow's levels of his needs to be happy. Or you could be happy at all needs. Or everyday satisfaction is more important. So the needs linked for everyday satisfaction. How do we get to be happy every day? If we live alone, and certainly a lot of people like to live alone and be alone, how happy they are, it's hard for me to tell or me to understand that. But most of us, when it comes to our needs, interpersonal needs are very important. So interpersonal needs play a big part in making us happy, satisfied. So that really is a big part of trying to determine our needs. You know, we talked about empathy and how you get closer to people and being sociable. So think about that when we mention words like interpersonal. And we'll have other words coming up that will also link you to empathy. And all needs are certainly are important at all times. So which ones are determined the most? Which ones are they that your customer is looking for? This is the big question. But if you start up and always with happiness, easily lead to the exact need the customer wants or which product they want. A big play is also, they did this a while ago, the University of Georgia, they broke it down in colors. So you can see how from 96% of people had green, were happy, all the way down to 7% where they were not that happy. How true is this? Is beyond me. I don't know if this is scientific or this was just to show or to sell sweaters. I would say probably to sell sweaters. So I really can't tell you if this is true or not. But it just gives you an understanding that people are looking for happiness in all different places. Even in Halloween. They don't want to be scared. They want to be happy. So where do we get happiness? Is money the answer? Does money make us happy? Can that buy happiness? A lot of people think so. So if you look at this scale now, this is not scientific proof that happiness is linked to having more money, but certainly it does help. How much? That is very individualistic or very subjective. There was a book written by David Brooks called The Social Animal, The Hidden Sources of Love, Character, and Achievement. It's a great book. And it really talks about Maslow and how when you take all the pyramids that I've shown you, the real thing about all this is that what it comes down to is that we are all social animals. So all these pyramids really lead to that. Being sociable plays a big part. So being sociable, it's certainly linked to empathy, showing empathy at all levels. So that's a quick look at, or a different look, I should say, not that quick, a quick look or a different look at the Maslow's pyramid and what it could look like today. And, you know, so what do you think? Do you think this is more the way it should be today, realistically, or about the happiness? Or do you think that parenting is the number one need that should lie all the way at the top of the pyramid? Think about that. So while you're thinking about that, we'll play more music. No, we won't. I won't scare you with that. Let's keep going, and we'll look at the psychology of need psychology. So there's been a lot of research. A lot of companies have a lot of money. They don't know what to do with it. So what they do is they research to find out how they could get more moolah, more money. So they want to get all your money out of your pocket into theirs. So they do all kinds of things that very sneaky behind your back, a little bit like Halloween. Halloween is certainly one way to get money out of your pockets for one day. Lots of money is spent on Halloween today and the following days that follow for Halloween. So this is a good time to talk about need psychology. So here you go. So action companies use to get you to buy stuff. Well, there's a whole bunch of actions. So let's take a look at them. The first one would be priming. So priming, what they do is they link. And in this case, as you can see, I'll talk about it in a second. What are they linking in this picture? So in some cases where they have conversation, or when you see someone in a sales associate, if you listen carefully, a sales associate will say certain words. So this, you could use this when you present your product. Be a great idea. It's one of the best ones to use is priming. So if you are in a restaurant or showing food, right, you can use words that are delicious, tasty. And being in a restaurant showing pictures, certainly you will link the word tasty to the food. You're not going to link tasty to this, right? No way. I hope not. Also, in advertising, what they do is they link the car here to what there is behind it. So here, you buying this car, right? To have the sun come into your car. It's a convertible to play with your friends. It's a very sociable car. You would buy this car to do exactly what the picture shows. So you would see it and you say, yeah, this is what I want to do. Or if you have a family and you want safety and they show you pictures like this, you'll say, yes, this is what I want. I want my family to be safe. I want a car that is safe. This is really interesting to me. So I would buy the car because of safety. So the need would be safety. Another one action that they use is called decoy effect, where they're going to give you choices. So you can use this too when it comes to doing your presentation for your product and your role play, is you actually use a decoy effect. Well, you'll have one price, two prices, and here you'll have the same price, but you'll have different things that come with it. And you'll need to choose one. So this one you don't get enough. This one you get too much. This one is just right. So really what they're selling you is this. They don't want you to buy this or that one. That's what they want you to buy. These are decoys. And the next one is the illusion of scarcity. I just couldn't resist. So the illusion of scarcity, that's basically what you see in front of you, where they tell you there's only 6 left, you need to buy right away or you'll lose out on the deal. Right? So this is called the illusion of scarcity, or as you're going to see when it comes to presenting your product, this is called urgency. Airlines are very good at this, where they'll tell you there's only a couple of seats left, you better hurry up and you better buy. Amazon does this too. If you look at Amazon very closely, when you look at it, you touch on a product, or you click on a product, I should say, you'll see what it says. Oh, there's only 2 left and 6 have been sold in the last 5 hours. You better hurry. So this is really the illusion of scarcity, or when we get to presenting, is called urgency. The next one is called loss aversion, meaning what you do is if you don't sign up for this deal, you're going to lose a 30-day trial. Yes, you might say people will not sign up for a 2-year deal and to get a 30-day trial, but you'd be surprised. A lot of people do this. This has been tested and this works, or else they wouldn't give it to you. So they're actually not losing money with this. We're not going to talk about it today, but when we get to marketing and sales, we will talk about lifetime value that a customer brings to a company. But this is what they're looking at also, because they don't mind giving you this, because if you're going to get this for free, you will sign up for a long time and they will keep you forever. So a lot of people don't want to lose out on this, and they actually sign up. And be surprised also how mugs and cups and all these kind of things work very well. When you give a free cup away, people don't want to lose a cup. Yes, this is true. They do not want to lose a cup, and they do sign up to get the actual promotion and deal. Loss aversion. They're afraid to lose. The next one is reciprocity. Yes, it is reciprocity. And what this is that, let's say you go to a restaurant. I'll give you a great example. The waiter comes and he's very nice. He's fawning all over your table. Fawning means obsequiousness, where he's really giving you, or very nice to you, even extra nice, and he will give you extra water. He'll give you extra bread. And he will specifically say things like, oh, I asked the chef to put a little bit more. I saw that you were hungry, or I overheard that you were hungry, so I'll give you a bigger plate, kind of a thing. So what you do, of course, in most cases, you will do this. you will give a bigger tip. And this is exactly what they want you to do. They don't mind giving you an extra piece of bread or stale bread, or maybe there's only some pasta left and they might as well just fill up the plate before they close, or they're going to throw it out anyway. So they give it to you and you feel, wow, yeah, really nice. And yes, they are. It's true, they are. And you feel obliged in many ways to give them a bigger tip. This is what McDonald's does. McDonald's does also. This is similar to what we saw before. But in this case, they're giving you the coffee, so you feel obliged, or you feel like you're a nice person. We are all nice people. Well, I'm going to buy a muffin because they gave me this free coffee. Yes. So it's, quid pro quo in many ways. They gave me this, I will give them that. This is called quid pro quo. Another action, and this is a very good one. You can see this certainly at places like Winners, is called anchoring. So don't look at the number, but basically what it does is that this big number you see here, they anchor this to the price. So let's say the price was $100, right? You're looking at the $100 and you anchor this, and you're saving 50%. So you're anchoring to the $100, and you're actually, I'm actually saving $50. I better buy this product. This is a great deal. So a lot of customers will buy. This will be a savings need, and they will buy based on this. So they see these big numbers. You can see here they do this all the time. And Winners is the pro of all pros when it comes to that. They'll have a little sticker there, and they'll have this here nice and small, $100, because they don't want to tell you, hey, they don't want you to make you feel too bad, but you're anchoring between the two. So this is where the anchor is. So this $49.99 is anchored to the 100. So you feel like, wow, I'm getting a phenomenal deal. Let me buy this product. So that's another action, anchoring. Another one is called social proof. Yeah, well, social proof, we are all like sheep. We like to follow other people, and certainly this is what it is, social proof. So you see lineups, or you see stores that are very busy buying products, or if you go online, like I say, and you can see products being sold quickly in certain times of the year. Christmas is coming up, or even what's coming up recently with Halloween, coming up very quickly. You want to do like everybody else, right? Everybody else gives out candy, you're going to give out candy. There's social proof that I better buy candy because everybody else is giving it out. So Apple does this quite a bit, and as you can see, a lot of people don't mind getting close to other people in their spaces, because in this case you're socially together, not like in the metro where you feel you need to get in because it's not a question of space. Here you are all one, you're all participating in the same event. This is a very sociable event. This is why people line up, not for savings. It's because everybody else is doing it. That's called social proof. Here's a tongue twister. This is the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. Oh, staying in the spirit of the season, right? So I'm really in Halloween, the spider. The Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. This is really where this is called frequency illusion. So you make it look like that a lot of products are being sold or repeated, and if you feel that you're interested when you listen to the same message over and over again. You can see this in advertising, where they will advertise the same car commercial, as they say, ad nauseum, 100 times during a movie or whatever, and all you do is see that ad. They're doing that on purpose. This is called the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, because they want you to have that clear picture in your head of that car. They really want you to buy that car, so they will literally give it to you as many times as possible. Now, how do they do this in Sales Associate? Well, Sales Associate, you can see this in, first of all, when you walk in, certain signs of products that are on sale. Those are the ones they really want you to sell. Also, in the racks where products are repeated one after the other, the way they're stacked. But one thing that you have to look at, and maybe you can use in your presentation when it comes to presenting the product, I should say, is that they repeat similar or the same type of words over and over again. They will describe the product in a certain way, and they're going to say it every time they talk to you about a certain thing, or if you have a question, when they present your product, they will use this at all stages. So we can take a look at that later on when we do presenting your product. But this is called the buttermilk phenomenon. All right, try to say that 100 times. The next one is called the power of anecdote. And power of anecdote. Anecdote is a beautiful word that means story. So the power of storytelling. You can see that how I do it. I use power of anecdote. I won't hide it. I won't hide it from you. I know it's very, very important, and it gets you close to me when we talk about certain things. So a lot of good sales associate will tell you little stories, and sometimes, depending on the actual communication style. Certainly, don't tell the stories to a director. He's certainly or she's not going to listen to you. But the power of anecdote does work with certain styles, and telling stories really, really gets you closer. And it's a sociable thing to tell stories. So sociability plays a big part, and empathy plays a big part here when we hear a story. Okay, so those are all actions that you could use in presenting a product that will not only lead you to determining the customer needs, but sometimes maybe it might just, I didn't mention, say, convincing or persuading. That's true. I'm not going to go away, but you can also sway. Sway is a nicer word that you could use when it comes to using these actions to get customers to buy from you. So here they are again in list. So while you read them, I'll play some music. You want to get up and dance, and why not? So this is very interesting, and we'll take a closer look at this when we do presenting and or determining customer needs. But in the meantime, I will all wish you a happy Halloween. See you next time.